morning, boys and girls. We have been talking all about plants, and a couple of our activities this week are review activities. So we've talked about what a plant needs already, but I wanted to review that with you. So we're going to be using this page and this page that has these pictures on it. The first thing that I would like you to do, also you're going to need another piece of paper. It can be a computer piece of paper, it could be a construction piece of paper, but you're going to need another piece of paper. And what you're going to do for these 4 pictures is you're going to cut them out on the dotted line. Okay? Sorry. I inhaled the wrong way. For this page, it's different because we need this extra spot up at the top. So what I want you to do is I want you to cut across this dotted line on the bottom, cut up this dotted line, and then just cut these dotted lines in the middle. I do not want you to cut across the dotted line on the top. We want these pieces to still be connected to this solid white piece up at the top. I'll show you what I mean, okay? After I show you how I would like these ones cut out, I'm going to have you pause and I'm going to pause as well. I'm going to cut out the rest of my pieces and grab an extra piece of paper because I forgot that we needed that to glue these onto, so you're also going to need glue. You're just going to need a whole bunch of things that I forgot. So here's my first cut. I cut just across the bottom and then straight up the side. Okay? This part, if you have a sibling at home that wants to do it with you, or you can recycle it. Now I'm going to cut on the dotted line just up to this dotted line, not further. So it's just going to look like this. My scissors might be a little bit longer than yours. So my cut is almost just one cut. So I will be able to flip this up. Okay? We're going to make a flip book, but we need this solid piece at the top. So for the next one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut in between, but not all the way up. Okay? So I'm going to pause, and I want you to pause. I want you to cut these pieces out like this, and then these 4 pieces around the dotted line. You need to come back with all these pieces cut out, an extra piece of paper, a pencil, and some glue, and something to color with, because we're going to color and make our pictures pretty. I'll see you in just a minute. All right, do you have your pieces cut out? I have a piece of paper. I looked all over for a more fun piece of paper rather than a white piece, but I just don't have fun paper in here that I am able to glue this on, so I'm just using white paper. I could go down and get construction paper so it could be cute, but not that you care. I feel like I ran a marathon today, and I don't want to walk clear back across the school for some construction paper. Alright, so here's my strip. I just folded it in half the hot dog way and then cut it in half. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. The next thing that I'm going to do before I start is I started with the what, but I'm going to look at the dotted line on the top, and I'm going to try to fold each one of these pieces up on that dotted line. So that way, after I glue it, it'll be easier to flip them up. Okay? Alright, so they're all flipped up now. I'm going to flip them over, and then I'm going to press this strip down. Now, I'm going to take this strip that I just folded, and I'm going to flip it all over, and I'm going to put glue just on the top. So where the creases that they folded, I'm not putting glue on this side of. I'm only putting glue on that thin strip on the top. That's all connected. That's why we didn't cut through it, so that way they were all hooked together, and we could put glue on it, and then we can glue it on our paper. This might be a little tricky. Okay, so now it's attached to my paper, but I can lift each one of these little pieces up and see what's underneath it. I'm still going to need my glue, but not just yet. Did you remember a pencil? They're right here. Okay, so what do plants need? What do plants need to grow? We have 4 pictures here, and my pictures are just in a pile, and I'm just going to take the top one off. They don't go in any particular order. Plants need all of these things equally amounts. So if you notice on the bottom, there is a darker line. That is where we're going to use our pencil, and we are going to write what this word is. This is a tricky one to start with. What do you think that this looks like that plants need? What do you think? Let's come back to this one, okay? That one might be a little tricky, so we'll leave it here, but let's look at the other ones first. What does this one look like? This one looks like the sun, right? So we're going to, on this dark line, write sun, S-U-N, sun. Notice I used all lowercase letters. All my letters in sun are all the same height. Okay? I'm going to put this one over here because I wrote on it. This one I still don't know what it is. It looks like a potato to me. And I don't think that my roses need a potato. All right. Man, this is another tricky one. What is this one, do you think? It does look like a cloud, but do plants need clouds? Plants don't need clouds. What else do they need that the clouds are in? The clouds are in the sky, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're outside and we see the clouds, and I can't see this, but I can feel it, and I just had to close my window because this thing was coming through the window and it was blowing all the papers on my desk away. What might it be? Air, right? So this is supposed to represent air. So we're going to write air on the bottom line. A-I-R. And again, all my letters are lowercase, and in air, all my letters are the same height again. Just don't forget the dot on the I. Okay, I'm going to push this one over here. And what is this one? Water, right? Or maybe you said rain. I'm going to write water instead of rain because sometimes when it doesn't rain for a real long time, we have to give the plants water. Or my plant that's sitting over there probably needs water because it doesn't get the rain, I hope, because it's inside. So let's write water. W-A-T-E-R. Again, all my letters are lowercase, but water has a tall letter. The T is a tall letter. Okay. So let's recap these 3 things. Sun, air, water. Now I know you guys are really excited that plants need bees, but is this a bee? This is not a bee. What could this be? The dirt. You're right. Plants need dirt. D-I-R-T. Plants need dirt. That's what their feet stick down in. Their roots, they stick down in like our feet. And they get minerals and resources from the dirt too, or soil. Notice that dirt, I used all lowercase letters, but dirt has 2 tall letters. The D is a tall letter and the T is a tall letter. So when you're writing, your D and your T should be the same height and your I and your R should be the same height. Okay? Now, like I said, it doesn't matter what order these go in because the plants need all of the things. So underneath what, I'm going to flip up what, take the cap off my glue, and I'm going to put some glue. I like to make a square around the outside of my whatever I'm gluing down, and then I'm just going to slide it under here. The picture is a little bit bigger than the window, it looks like, and that is okay. Okay. So there's my what? There's my sun. My next one, it doesn't matter if yours is not air, but the next one that I grabbed is my air. So I'm going to put a square around the back side. Lift up do. Might lift up all three, I guess. I'm trying to line it up with the top. Okay, so there's my two. My next one that I'm grabbing is water. Good gravy. This is a little tricky, huh? My last one is dirt. All right. Then, once you have all of these glued under your flaps, what do you think I want you to do? I want you to make it beautiful. I want you to color it. So I'm going to pause again, and I'm going to color it. And before I say goodbye, I'm going to come back and show you what mine looks like. I'll see you in just a minute. That was fun. I don't usually take the time to do the coloring because I'm moving on to the next video or the next task that I have to do. But this was fun too. My goodness. I was listening to Disney songs and it won't pause. So you might have heard those pop up a little bit. But here's my what do plants need? And then they need sun, air, water, and dirt. Ooh, I didn't think I could have drew air swirls coming off of the cloud. But I hope that you have fun decorating your what a plant needs. And remember that there's 4 super important things that plants need all the time. Sun, air, water, and dirt. And bees too. But those are the 4 main ones. Okay? I'm glad that we got to hang out and do this. It was so much fun. Have a good day.